Assalamu alaikum, dear friends. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, all of us have got certain talents from God Almighty, from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. All of us have certain resources. Some of the people have even plenty of the resources. So, dear friend, despite all that, many of us, most of us, we are unable to achieve what we wanted to achieve, to become what we wanted to become, to reach where we wanted to reach. So, why is it like that? Why we remain unsuccessful instead of becoming a successful person? So, dear friend, there are certain reasons, and those reasons are really important. Each one of us needs to know all that. If at all we want to keep moving forward, if at all we want to keep developing, we need to understand what are the reasons, what attitudes of my own are becoming the biggest hurdle on the way to success, on the way to prosperity. So, dear friend, these things are few in number. These are nine in number. We need to understand. We need to practice it. And let's talk about all those nine things one by one. First of all, it is living for others' approval. So, living for the approval of others, living for the validation from other people. That unless and until the people don't approve me, unless and until the people don't validate me, so I am unsuccessful. I think it is not a good attitude at all. What we need to know is that whether it is a legitimate one or an illegitimate one, whether it is morally, ethically okay or not, that should be the only consideration, my dear friends and fellows. That is the number one thing. Now, the number two thing is overcommitment. We are overcommitment. What is this overcommitment? Trying to separate ourselves too thin. Once we are trying to separate ourselves too thin, so that is called overcommitment, and we need to avoid it. Now the third thing is that is multitasking. We are trying to do plenty of things, or at least more than one thing at the same time, while our mind, our brain is not wired for that. Look upon the people who are seen talking on their mobile phone during the drive, whether they're driving the motorbike or a vehicle. It does causes the accident in many of the cases. So, dear friend, that is just one example of the multitasking. Also, not only that, it can cause us injury, even if at all we are walking on the road, but we are not concentrated, we are not focused upon that, we are busy and we are preoccupied with our mind, it could cause an accident as well. So I think we need to avoid the multitasking, and it is far better to focus one thing at a time in our mind, so that it could become a bit effective. So that is the third thing. And the fourth is negativity and the negative self-talk. Negative self-talk, I think it is very, very bad indeed. Why? Because negative, many of the people say that what is this negative talk? We talk to others and not to ourselves. Actually, all the talks combined which we do with other people and put it on the one side of the scale, and on the other there is only the talks which we do with ourselves. These are even heavier and bigger. So it does not mean whatever we talk to other people is unimportant, but it begins from here, because whatever we are seen talking to ourselves, whatever we are seen thinking, it does come out and through our mind, and it does become our behavior, our attitude, and our action. So we need to control it here. That is the most effective control. So that is the negative self-talk. Now the fifth is procrastination, mean keep deferring the thing, from the morning till the evening, and from today till tomorrow, and tomorrow we will say that okay, the next week or the next day. I think that is bad, and it is the procrastination which is which we need to talk in length but we can't at the moment because we have to cover the nine of these things in the few minutes talk only. Now that is the procrastination which must be controlled. There are certain techniques which we need to learn, and it is quite doable, it is quite learnable. We can overcome all of these bad habits. I think then the next is, it is the sixth is the self-doubt. I think it is self-doubt actually mean lacking the self-confidence. We need to build the self-confidence. It is very important indeed, because unless and until we are confident enough, we can't do that, because self-confidence maybe it is more important than many of the other things, because those people who are lacking the self-confidence, they either they will not try, or they try will be without the spirit, without the vigor and the power. So it is the self-doubt which is actually killing us. So we need to get rid of the self-doubt. Self-doubt. How can we do that? First of all, we need to understand that we must be the goal setting is concerned. As for the goal setting is concerned, I think the goal must be attainable, achievable, realistic one. Even if at all it is slightly ambitious, it is okay. But the more practical, the more doable these are, there are much more chances of succeeding, winning, and being an effective person. So that is, that is the self doubt. Now the seventh is fear of failure. Failure and fear of failure. It is so bad indeed, because those people who remained afraid of the failure, they don't make a good attempt. They don't make a good attempt at all. They keep waiting and they don't try, because they are of the view that they will fail. And let me tell you that those who do fail once or twice, or even the many times, there are a lot of chances that they will succeed ultimately. But those